Kwane Karo, I would say Ututuoma, I would say Amesia, I would say Nindeve, I would say Mamorel Keo. All right, Agife, that's right, Olodudu. And in my dialect, this is Amesia, of course, I already said that before. But in the language that you and I totally understand, it will be Una. Good morning. My name is Uduak Daniel.
My name is Cassandra Unibi. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Beauty. How are you doing?
Cassie girl, Cassie beauty, Cassie darling, Cassie sweetie, Cassie everything, Cassie. Cassie's just keeping it real right here. Y'all head out to the Facebook page and see how glorious she looks. You look glorious today.
I think you woke up from the very bright side of your bed today because the energy is given, and I like it as always. Because,
right.
With UD, there is no dull moment.
No dull moments.
But yes, it's another day to rise and shine here on Eagles FM Abuja, and you know how we do it. With us, we always keep it on 100 with not just the information, but of course education and entertainment. It's like that triple treat that we give you here on Eagles FM Abuja. So it's another day on radio.
That's right. Have I ever infringed on your human rights before?
You bully me a lot.
Jesus.
You bully me.
No, Cassie, you didn't say that on air. No, I don't bully you.
Me.
I love you.
Like sometimes when I don't want to talk, like you cannot be a sad person
come
around
on,
this
please,
man.
no, don't do that.
For someone who takes things really seriously, you can't be around him.
Jeez, Lord,
but I think, well, when I say bullying, I do not mean it in the bad light, maybe. But
okay, sigh of relief.
He does not recognize your right to have your quiet time.
Nah, you can't have your quiet time.
This man will invade your space and everything. So.
That's what it is, and that's why we're permeating your eardrums right now, because Cassie's going to tell you something beautiful about today, December 10th.
Yes, it is the Human Rights Day, according to United Nations.
That's right.
Every December 10th marks Human Rights Day. And for this year, it is Human Rights Everyday Essentials. Now, it talks about the fact that human rights is not a convenience. It's not something that a convenience, rather. It's not a matter of convenience. It shouldn't come when we think this is when it should be. It should not be taken for granted. It is something that must be considered every time, every day, every hour of the clock. And this year's theme is to reaffirm the values of human rights and show that they remain a winning proposition for humanity. So we cannot talk about humanity without leaving out the rights. And in this part of the world, or should I say what we see in the world today, these human rights are violated on a daily. There's a blatant violation of human rights everywhere, not just in Nigeria. And that is why we would continue to advocate for better policies and better implementations that will make people to understand that human rights is not a convenience. It is an absolute part of society and right from creation that has been recognized, and we must keep it to that.
Now you see why I love you. Okay. Anyways, though, yes, you should spread the love. You should understand that everybody has a right, and be sure to also maintain yours. I mean, it's very important for you to also know your rights so that you don't get trampled upon. The truth is, there is a constitution that covers you, and that constitution is very valid, regardless of what anybody says, because if the constitution were not at work, then it means we will have a chaotic or anarchy type of society, and that's not what we pray for. But anyways, this is the part where we look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers. But before we do so, we will also intimate you on some things that you ought to know.
Yes, and I'm talking about informing you about some things that you need to know. The very first today is the fact that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has detained a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, for alleged terrorism financing. The ex-minister is also to explain issues relating to money laundering, especially operation of suspicious accounts.
Well, I thought he said his hands were clean. Look, you know what? I come before you with equity and justice. But anyways, though, we will see how that pans out. But let's get on to the fact that a total of 1,660 delegates have been elected across the 332 wards in Osun State ahead of the All Progressives Congress APC governorship primary scheduled for December 13. Of 2025. I mean, 3 days from now. Right now, the delegate election held on Tuesday in all wards produced 5 delegates per ward in preparation for Saturday's primary. It's a D-Day thingy and preparations underway.
Now, talking about preparations for elections, let's talk about the fact that barely 24 hours before the Accord Party's Osun State 2026 governorship primary, scheduled for Wednesday, Governor Ademola Adeleke has officially joined the party. It was guarded on Tuesday evening that Accord Party flags were hoisted in front